Hi Aquarius, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for August 15th through September 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Alright, Aquarius. Harsh Truth. What do we got here? Temperance, that could be Sagittarius. Queen of Wands, that could be Aries. 10 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. 7 of Swords. 5 of Cups. All right. So where's the, here we are. Nope, that's one. All right. Oh, Aquarius. Taking your power back. What's that all about? You just withdrew from something like wham! Something just, so the wall came down, like the wall went up, I guess. But there's a withdrawal here. There's like an extreme withdrawal. Like just surgical extraction type stuff, like complete withdrawal of something. What's this Queen of Wands? How many more times am I going to say that, right? This is Aries. Okay. 8, 9, 10. 2 5s. All right. Is that why? Because you're just wanting to not, you need a break and you're wanting to sort things out and you're kind of waiting to see. You're still in it, but you've removed yourself, but you're still watching and you're still kind of assessing, watching and assessing. What's this Queen of Wands about? What's this Queen of Wands for Aquarius? Ace of Swords. Okay, what's this 8 of Pentacles about? 7 of Swords twice here. Why? 10 of Wands. Aquarius. 10 of Wands for Aquarius. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? That you're just like, okay, I have to work smarter, not harder. Because you're like, this is a lot, holy cow. Like I think this is about work. Or whatever you have been building up and planning for. This is about realizing I can't keep going at the same energy expenditure that I've been doing. I need to work smarter, not harder, because you're wanting to kind of pull back. And when is the peace coming? When is the balance coming? When are things going to fall into place? When's that clearing where, okay, I got the rhythm for whatever this is. There's flow now. When is the flow coming? That's what this is. And because you've been just going whole hog at something, you kind of hit this wall and you kind of are taking a step back and like, okay, I got to recalibrate. I can't keep doing what I've been doing. I thought I would be in the clearing by now. I thought things would have turned out a certain way by now. It's not. So I'm just going to keep my eye on it, but I'm not going to do anything just yet because I need a break, especially mentally. You need a mental break here. What's this 9 of Wands for Aquarius? This 9 of Wands. Strength card, that's that could be Leo. What's this 5 of Cups? This 5 of Cups. Whoopsie. All right, so the 8 of Wands was going to jump. It's this 5 of Cups here. So there's that movement, and then here's that wall that just went because you just feeling like, you know what, I got it. Something's got to give. I can't. I'm not where I wanted to be, or things aren't happening the way I planned for them, or I thought they would. But all is not lost. This is kind of a recalibrating time here. What's this 5 of Cups for Aquarius? Justice. Okay. Really? Yeah. You've got to, this could be Libra. You need a break. It's funny because whatever you've done, not funny, but whatever you've done thus far trust that. It's fine, but you can't keep doing it. Whatever you did thus far got you to where you could recalibrate, and you do need a break. And the energy output that you've been having doing was appropriate at the time. For some reason, it's not moving forward. I mean, let me say that differently. For some reason, so what you've done up until this point has been appropriate, but you have hit a wall and you need to listen to that and recalibrate. You're not losing any ground. You're just staying put for a second. You're not stagnant. You're not all of a sudden falling apart. You've just decided to stop and recalibrate and watch and give it a minute, because you're not so sure that your plan is going to continue working with the way it has been. It got you to where you're supposed to be right now, and now is the recalibrating thinking time. It's a Seven of Swords. Not done. You're just going to do it differently from here forward, but you don't know what that is yet. It's a Seven of Swords. So none of this all is lost, and I'm so sad. No, that's all right. This wall, you hitting a wall was supposed to happen. You need a break, and you need time to think and recalibrate and to look at these. Well, in this picture it's not, but the two cups that are still full, that are still accessible, that are still the whole meant to be. Like, this was lost, but this part is meant to be. You're just gonna have to go pursue it differently. It's still there, but you've spent all the cups over here. Give yourself a minute. You've still got two cups to go get or to use, and you're going to be using them differently. You're recalibrating. What's the Seven of Cups? It's a Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords. Sorry, let me do it again. It's a Seven of Swords for Aquarius, because I was saying Seven of Cups. That's telling. Seven of Swords for Aquarius. Seven of Cups. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that, what happened, setting in. No, you're right where you're supposed to be. Don't doubt that. You come to a clearing. You can keep watchful over the situation, but you're not to participate in it. Seven of Swords and King of Cups. Yeah, this is that mental timeout to sort of recalibrate and to slow down and to balance. You need to balance, and I know that's probably makes it for very, very boring reading, right? Like, oh, just take some time and rest and balance. No, you've been creating something for yourself that's a big deal, and you believe in it. You haven't stopped believing in it. It's just a lot. It's kind of taken on a life of its own, and things start happening, and then you're like, whoa, wait, I don't know. I like this part of it, but I don't know if I want this. This is about business, money, moving, all of that. All of that and any of that. This isn't romance. So let me see here if you're dealing with a person. What else for? So this is working smarter, not harder. You're needing to ground and recenter again, because the amount of work, you're exhausted and you're just feeling like, I'm not where I want to be. I should have been, things should be right now. It's like, no. You'll rally. Don't worry. You'll rally. This is the long view on things. You do have what it takes. You will have what you need to continue. You're just taking a minute, because you do need to recalibrate. You can't keep going and incorporating all the things that you were and taking care of all the things. It started off as this pure project for you, and then all this other stuff kind of got piled in and looped on, or your daily responsibilities did not let up either. So you're doing this thing that you really believe in, and yet you have all this outside interference now, and it's getting to be too much. So it's just about recalibrating. I don't think you're cutting away anything. I think you're making room. I think you're doing your daily routines differently. You're doing the thing differently. You're restructuring your priorities. This is you doing things to find balance and to make room for you throughout the day, because you've just been going and you need a break. Okay, what else for Aquarius? Okay, so this came out. That jumped. Hermit. That could be Virgo. I read that. Well, no, it's Virgo. Yeah. This has been a long time coming. And I want, you can feel sad if you want, that it's like, oh, this isn't happening like I wanted to. It's going to. There's a dip, though. So Give yourself a break for a minute. Honestly, you need it. But you're going to pick back up where you left off. So don't stress about that. You just need a minute. Dare I say that this might be part of you sort of being able to heal from something or working that trauma or emotional, this is an emotional release to you. That's why that whatever you're doing for you is so important to you, to preserve that and to continue with it. But it's gotten so complicated lately, like outside stuff is landed on it and you're still trying to handle all the things. What else for Aquarius? Whoopsie. So if you're dealing with a person for Aquarius, dealing with a person. So if you're dealing with a person, okay, maybe this is why it's gotten complicated. We got the World card here. I guess I could put, I can't see it. The World card. This feels like someone is kind of wanting to, it feels like a cycle is, okay. All right. So for the Aquariuses I'm reading for, I think you are with somebody if you're interested in the romantic part. This is the romantic part, or this is the, if you're dealing with the person part of the reading. If not, then just chunk it and fast forward. But for the Aquarians that I'm reading for, as far as the romantic part goes, this feels like you had somebody that wants to call it a day because they kind of want to keep it in that whole romantic notion aspect. Like they kind of want to keep it only at a certain level. And then once they get there, it's like, well, I think, I need to move on. Why? Because this is somebody that kind of doesn't want to do the day-to-day with you. So that could factor in why you're needing such a break, because this was such a big deal to you, because it was an escape from being really let down in the romantic department. Whoever you're with, for the Aquarians I'm reading for, they don't want the relationship to go past a certain point. They have no problem with the commitment side of it, with you and them dealing, they dealing with each other, but they kind of want to keep it at a certain level to where there's not really, how do I explain this? I feel this aversion to someone wanting to contribute and do the things that make life happen. Like, how when you meet somebody, you get into that, everything's romantic, and when they catch rainwater in a jar and write a little note on it, that's all, these things are romantic. But 3 years later, it's like, okay, but we have to change the sheets. I don't want you standing outside trying to catch rainwater when you got to help me with the laundry and change the sheets. And did you get the groceries? And I got to go do this. I got to drop something off at this. Do you know what I mean? So it's like this person kind of wants to keep it at that really romantic, whimsical kind of, well, let's just see what happens level. And you're like, no. Because what happened with that is you ended up carrying them, as is often the case, right? So, yeah. It's not that they're bad. It's just you've kind of outgrown it. You've leveled up, and you're really wanting to be farther along from that and with whatever work is than you are. And there's a little bit of impatience here. It's okay. It's coming. You just need a minute. This feels like it's closed out, though, already. I think this is residual grief for you. It doesn't feel like you're really in proximity with this person. It just feels like you're still dealing with the emotions of it, which you don't mind bringing the knowledge and the emotions for others, but feeling it could be, you might be like, oh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to touch those yet. Don't want to look at that yet. That's okay. That's okay. All right. This is just a respite. What else for Aquarius? It's almost like coming back online. Like you just need to stop and take inventory, restructure, and then you're going to pick it up again. The thing is, though, when you pick it back up again, you're going to go at the same speed. So maybe this is what happens is like you go for like 8 months, And then you pick it back up, another 8 months, same speed. So yeah, maybe that's why it's such a letdown, because you've been going for so long that there's this stop, but then you pick it right back up and off you go again. What else for Aquarius? The Fool. All right. So this is you. It's almost like closing out a cycle, really. And you need a minute. You need to stop and take stock, and you're just realizing that, okay, where I was at when I started this doesn't apply anymore. I've got to look at what's around me, what's happened thus far. It's gotten cluttered, it's gotten piled upon. I need to recalibrate, balance everything out, and I need to remember why I'm doing this again, and I want to be happy with what I'm doing again. This all of a sudden started to veer into feeling like a job, or there was just all this pressure, and you started it to get away from the pressure. So, and you'll get back to it, don't worry. It's just, it's kind of funny how this took a turn, right? And I think it's because you have that passion and drive that you just did everything whole hog, and it's like, okay, give it a minute, just hold on, come to this clearing now. This is a new cycle beginning, and coming to the clearing and deciding to do it differently with a much more balanced perspective, so you can bring that pursuit and that light that you used to have when you first started whatever you were doing, getting back to this state to where it's a state of wonder, like you're just kind of walking around acknowledging the wonder, you know what I mean? And it's freedom again, because this is not freedom, and you can't really see that because the light's shining on it. It's a 10 of Wands. Okay, might have to do like that. Okay. What else for Aquarius? Follow your intuition. Okay. I've always thought that Justice was a fairly intuitive sign also, just because it balances logic and intuition. The wisdom, it always felt very intuitive, which is like supposed to be pretty cerebral, but there you have it. The okay, the wisdom, wise owl here. Follow your intuition. Intuition is innate wisdom. I think this is part of it too, is knowing that you just need a minute. What else for Aquarius? You know what? Okay, love, true love and fidelity. Is that what this is? Is that why you need a minute? Because you intuitively know, what's going on. Perhaps you haven't wanted to deal with it. It's kind of piled up, but also, this started off, whatever you're doing kind of really amplified this, and it's gotten away from that. It's starting to feel very heavy and very and that's why you need to recalibrate, because this is starting to get squashed. It's starting to get dampened. It's starting to get weighed upon, and you need to recalibrate so that you can get back to feeling that lightness and following your intuition, literally following your intuition. Did I do the things? I did the things. Okay. True love and fidelity. I feel like, don't get me wrong. I feel like this is you getting back to a state of bliss. I feel like this right here is you getting back to where it feels balanced and you feel whole again. You feel like you've gotten your mojo back, or you've gotten your mission statement back, whatever you want to call it, but you feel like you're doing it for all the right reasons again. Whatever you're doing, it's going to give you that feeling of when you first started, that exhilaration. This is getting back together. So I kind of feel like this is you filling up your own cup again. It doesn't feel romantic to me. It feels like self-love. It feels like you grounding and centering again. for Aquarius. Because here's the ending with your person. And it's not really an ending per se, it's just you realizing that it's done. It's just another level of realization. And this is, can you see that? Yeah, it's, the funny thing is it didn't have to end, but because of your standards and what you want for yourself, it did. Because at some point it was asking you to lower your standards to continue the alliance, the relationship, the situationship, whatever it is. It was asking you to be something you're not. And you're just like, oh, okay. And it's kind of an insult too, because you're like, well, why can't you rise up to my standards? Why can't you contribute to up here? Like, why can't you rise up instead of me having to lower myself? So there's kind of that disappointment with that too, is that deep down, it was like, you know, if you just coulda, or if I just would've, not that you should've, but there's that disappointment with it too, that if it wasn't for this, maybe then, you know. Okay, so we've got the World reversed and the Five of Wands. Are you still going back and forth with this person? Is that why you intuitively know that this relationship is over? It's just this is the last dregs of it? Are you still bargaining emotionally or mentally, even if you're not physically speaking with them or actually speaking with them? Because this is you having to kind of stand your ground and maybe even clear the air or let them know once and for all, because somebody's having a hard time letting go or moving on. If you're not in contact with them, it could be that you are struggling yourself, mentally, emotionally. You're still kind of battling those demons, as it were. This also, in terms of your, I don't know, business venture or your project or whatever you've been doing just for you, your mojo, whatever that thing was that you were riding high on for a while, it's not over. There's a glitch and you're figuring it out. So don't trust your intuition, follow your intuition. You got this, you just need a minute. All right. Okay, 22 minutes. Nailed it. I hope this was helpful, Aquarius, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Much love to you. You take care, and you keep your head up. You keep your head up. All right. This is just but a minute. Okay, all right. Much love to you. Take care.